What is up, guys? Gronk here for a Madden 13 video. It is the Denver Broncos taking on the Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens defeated the Broncos in a divisional round matchup in the playoffs last year. That was the greatest football game I've ever seen. It went to overtime. It went to double overtime, actually. The Ravens would win after Raheem Moore, a Broncos safety, had a blown coverage, and Jacoby Jones got wide open for a pass and caught the ball, and then the Ravens kicked a game-tying field goal. Greatest game I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, you might want to watch at least some highlights. It's just fantastic. It's suspenseful. It was played in the Mile High Stadium, so it was cold and windy, but a great football game. Originally, this video was filmed for my Broncos Connected to Career series. It was supposed to be a preview video, but then I just kept thinking that I don't really want to play as the Broncos. I don't really like them. I'm not very familiar with them. I want to play as a team that I like, that I know a good amount about. As I said, the Ravens are my favorite team, but I've already done a connected career with them, actually twice already in Madden 13. One I did about 3 seasons of, and then I just quit and did another team. This wasn't on YouTube, this was just me playing the game. And then I started another one, and I got all the way through 2018 in that one, in the game. But I'm thinking, I'm down to 3 teams. The Washington Redskins, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Seattle Seahawks. All are teams that I either like or at least root for. I definitely like the Redskins because I originally started liking the Ravens because I was born in Baltimore and just wanted to root for my actual hometown team. But the Washington Redskins also play in Maryland. Their stadium's in Maryland, and I like them. I mean, RG3 had an amazing rookie season, then he got hurt. The Vikings have Adrian Peterson, who nearly broke the rushing record, and I just like the feel of that team. It's gritty, but it's also new. Just the way they look. That's the way it makes me feel when I think of the Vikings. And the Seahawks are supposed to be one of the best teams in the NFL this upcoming season. They had Russell Wilson drafted in the 3rd round, have an amazing rookie year, and they made the playoffs, and they made the divisional round, but they almost beat the Falcons, but the Falcons managed to win. So I'm down to the Redskins, Vikings, and Seahawks. Please leave a comment, let me know what you guys want to see of those 3 teams, what team you want me to do for a Madden 13 Connected to Career series. As I said, I'm trying to think of days for my series. I've uploaded basically a video for all my series so far, except for the Madden 13 Connected Careers series, because I don't know what team I'll be doing, so let me know so I can get an actual video for that series up on my channel. And I also have gotten a video up for my 76ers Association. I have 2 videos, the off-season and the first game of the season recorded. I just need to edit them and commentate on them and then upload them to YouTube. It's Sunday morning now. I have a pretty busy day today, so I'm putting this video out in the morning. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll be able to get out another video today. We'll see what happens. Thanks for your support already, guys. Really happy to be on YouTube. I'm not even doing this like for fame or recognition right now. I'm doing it because I want to. I mean, if I were to grow as a channel, if I were to get paid for my videos, that'd be absolutely amazing. But that's not why I'm doing this right now. I'm not even worried about having like a lot of subscribers right now. I want to grow as a channel, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. So this video, it's the Ravens versus the Broncos. It will be the 2013 season kickoff game because the Ravens are defending Super Bowl champions. As a fan of the Ravens, I was really mad that the Ravens have to play on the road to kick off the season because it's tradition that the Super Bowl champion will open off the season at home. But instead they have to travel to Mile High Stadium because they couldn't work out a deal with the Orioles, who also have a game on the day of the season kickoff. Pretty frustrating, but I don't know who's going to win this game in real life. The Ravens lost a lot of important players, but they also got several guys. They lost Ray Lewis, who retired. Obviously a huge loss for the defense. Ray is one of the best linebackers of all time, arguably, but it's a wide believed opinion. They lost Ed Reed, one of the best safeties in the league, to the Texans, and I thought we were going to be able to keep Ed Reed, but he chose to go to the Texans, and apparently after he chose the Texans, rumors came out that he knew he was going to go to the Texans all along, and the Ravens didn't even pursue to keep him that persistently. Paul Kruger went to the rival Cleveland Browns. I like Paul Kruger. I mean, maybe he's a little overrated because he was on a Super Bowl team, but I think he did well all season long. I think he stepped up in the playoffs and also in the Super Bowl. As I said, like when in the Super Bowl he sacked Colin Kaepernick and they started doing like an orchestra maestro kind of taunt and dance, and I thought that actually made me laugh. It was pretty funny. And I hate to see him go with the Browns because they're our rivals, but maybe he'll improve the Browns defense. Donnell Ellerbe, Ray Lewis's replacement when Ray got hurt, went to the Dolphins. I also really liked Ellerbe. He played when he had 2 broken thumbs. That takes grit, toughness, perseverance, whatever adjective you want to use, or verb, whatever word you want to use. And he went to the Dolphins. The Dolphins had a huge free agency splash. They got Mike Wallace, they got Donnell Ellerbe, they got a bunch of guys. I don't know if it'll impact the team that much, but the Dolphins are supposed to be one of the hot teams to root for in the NFL this season. So the Ravens also lost Bernard Pollard. I really liked him because he's a hard hitter. I mean, maybe that's not a really good reason to like him, but you know that every time he's on that field, he's going to bring 110%. He hurt Tom Brady years ago. It's not why I like him. That was before my time of liking the Ravens. But he's just a hard hitter. He's pretty good, in my opinion, he's just in terms of safety skills, his pass coverage, and tackling. The Ravens cut Vonta Leach. I didn't think they were going to do that, but then there were rumors that the Ravens would cut him before they actually did for several weeks, maybe even months. The Ravens drafted this guy from Harvard. He's a fullback. His name's really hard to pronounce. I don't even know what it is. And when the Ravens drafted him, a lot of people thought, well, now the Ravens are going to cut Vonta Leach to clear up cap space. And I didn't see that happening because Ray Rice would not be so dominant. Well, maybe not dominant, but Ray Rice is very talented, but he really improved when he had Vonta Leach blocking for him when the Ravens signed Vonta Leach a couple seasons ago. Center Matt Burke retired. That's a huge loss for the offensive line. We'll see how the Ravens can do there. I'm definitely going to do an actual Ravens season preview so I can talk about this stuff more in depth. I'm just kind of going over their transactions and their offseason for this video. Burke retired. Kerry Williams, the cornerback, went to the Eagles. Not too big of a loss. I kind of liked him, kind of didn't. He was a hothead. He didn't even have. He wasn't. I don't think he's that good of a player. I mean, it's either put up or shut up, and he'd try to taunt and talk to his opponents and insult them, but then he'd get burned the next play and just make himself look like an idiot. One of the most confusing moves of the offseason to me is the Ravens trading Anquan Boldin to the 49ers. Boldin was our best receiver. Sure, Torrey Smith is great, but Boldin was one of the sole reasons that we won the Super Bowl, that we got into the playoffs, not got into the playoffs, but that we got through the playoffs. Flacco just kept going to Boldin. Boldin did not disappoint, and he stepped up in the playoffs, the Super Bowl. Torrey Smith is great. He's definitely one of the better receivers. Now he's the best receiver on the Ravens, probably one of the better receivers in the AFC, in my opinion. He's fast, he's a speedster, but Boldin was a possession receiver, and I think that possession receivers are more reliable than speedsters, if that's what you want to call them. After losing all these players, the Ravens managed to get Elvis Dumervil from the Broncos. Dumervil he left the Broncos because of a screw-up with the fax machine, basically. The Ravens also got former Raiders cornerback or safety Michael Huff, former Giants defensive tackle Chris Canty, and former Cowboys defensive lineman Marcus Spears. I think that's his name. So all those are good for the defense. You've got a guy to replace, well, not replace, but a guy to fill in for Ed Reed. You've got a guy that can play linebacker in almost Doomerville, Dr. Doom, whatever you want to call him. And now we've added depth to the defensive line, but the offense really needs help here. They lost Vonta Leach, Matt Burke, Anquan Boldin, and the Ravens didn't really do anything to fix that. They got the Harvard guy in the draft. I thought that the Ravens would sign a veteran wide receiver, but they're not even going to do that, it looks like. So now we're left with Torrey Smith and just a bunch of other guys that are unproven. Tandon Doss, I know. Pretty sure Deontay Thompson, Tommy Streeter are battling for the number 2 wide receiver spot, and Jacoby Jones. I think Jacoby Jones will be the number 2 receiver, but other than that, it's basically a wide open competition. The Ravens still could sign a veteran wide receiver. I just don't know if they will. I'm much less familiar with the Broncos, but I know that they signed Wes Welker, a huge move. The Patriots couldn't re-sign Wes Welker, or maybe I forget which. They either didn't sign him or they decided not to, but Welker's on the Broncos now. The Broncos drafted Monty Ball, and they released Willis McGahee. McGahee was aging and injury prone anyway, so it was a smart move on their part. And I do know that they signed Terrence Knighton, formerly of the Jaguars, a defensive tackle. The Broncos definitely will probably still be one of the better teams in the AFC. I think they'll make the playoffs again. The Ravens, I'm really thinking it's 50-50. They're either going to make the playoffs and be good, or they're just going to tank this season because they lost so many people and frankly didn't really do enough to make up for it. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but now I'm gonna do a play-by-play commentary for a while, and then this video only has a few minutes left. So Joe Flacco drops back to us. I played as the Broncos in this game. Usually we're winning 14 to nothing. I played on just default all Madden. Dennis Pitta. Pitta's probably one of my favorite players on the Ravens. I liked him just since last season, kind of, as he was not in 2012, but the playoffs before that when I started watching football again. He had a touchdown, maybe 2 in the playoffs, and I liked him because he looked like a good player. And then he really improved in 2012. He and Joe Flacco are apparently best friends in maybe not best friends, but they're very close friends in real life, and that's really cool to see that they have such a good connection on the field. Like when Flacco just really seems to pass the pit a lot. You see Flacco run for 13 yards, very nearly runs for a touchdown. He does that not a lot in real life, but he does it when he needs to. I can definitely remember in the game against the Eagles in Week 2, which the Ravens would lose, and back then I hated Joe Flacco because that was basically his fault. He just was really inaccurate in what could have been the game-winning drive, and a touchdown for Dennis Pitta wide open. Don't want to leave him wide open. He's the American Express, as Terrell Suggs says. He's there when you need him. Which I mean, it's a compliment, but it's really not, because when you're a player, you don't want to be there when they need you. You want to be there all the time. But Pitta's just got a touchdown, so good for him. Now we're down. Now the Ravens are down by 7. Broncos are still winning. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see in terms of series. I mean, nothing's set in stone. If you guys want to see a different team for Madden 13 Connected Careers or NBA or really anything, I have WWE 13 Universe Mode. 1 episode's already up. I recorded some of that this morning. I'll definitely be uploading videos tomorrow because again, it's summer. For the most part, I really have a lot of time on my hands, but today I'm pretty busy. There's a lot of stuff I need to do, but I mean, just let me know. Leave comments in the comment section. Just what teams you want to see for my series. Any other series I might want to see. I have WWE, NBA, Madden. I have a lot of old Maddens, like Madden. I'll say 07, 08, 09. I think I have Madden 10 and Madden 12. If you guys want to even see a flashback series where I play an old game, you can do that. Or if you want to see me do just every now and then a flashback video where I play an old game. I have other games as well. I have WWE 12. I have old WWE games like SmackDown vs. Raw. If you want to see a GM mode in SmackDown vs. Raw, I mean, Tubby Emu does one. A lot of other guys do those. They're pretty cool to see. I mean, it's not like universe mode necessarily in WWE 13, but I don't want to say it's more in depth because it does give you more control though. It lets you act like you're the GM. But let me know what you guys want to see. I want you guys' feedback. I want to make sure that I'm making you guys happy. So leave comments and just give me some feedback so I know what you want to see. And here you see Ray Rice somehow burns my entire defense. Just look at him lining up I think he lined up a receiver for that play, and he got, so that's like 74 yards or something like that. Again, small screen for when I'm narrating the videos. I can't really see that well. So that's only such a small caption. Well, not caption, but it's a small number there. So somehow Ray Rice burned my whole defense, got 74 yards. Then Pitta gets another catch. He's really good in Madden 13. Maybe even overrated, but I really think he's good in real life. He has made some great plays. He got drafted in the same draft as Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski, I think. if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. In terms of the whole Aaron Hernandez case, trial, whatever, if you guys want me to talk about it, I will. If not, I won't. I mean, I'm not going to make jokes about it. It's a serious topic, but I don't know. If he committed the crime, which it's looking like he did, or crimes, because now he's being connected to multiple crimes and homicides, that that'd be a shame. I mean, I want anyone that commits a crime to me deserves to be punished and prosecuted, just like everyone else, no matter if they're a sports star, no matter what. But it's a shame to see his career is basically going to be over, especially if he's getting investigated for murder and he's getting charged with homicide and multiple cases that with guns in general. So his career's going to be over, and even if it wasn't so serious, just when a player goes to jail, teams or prison, teams don't really want to take a chance on them when they get out of jail. I mean, Michael Vick was an exception. He got signed by the Philadelphia Eagles, but he's a quarterback, and a quarterback is essential to a team's success, in my opinion. So, the Eagles need a quarterback, and they signed Michael Vick. Otherwise, there are a lot of not every team needs a tight end. So I just think this marks maybe the end of Aaron Hernandez's career, and it's a shame because he's so talented. So if this game I played 3/4, I want to give myself plenty of time to talk. I mean, there's a bunch that I want to say, not really about one thing in general, but just my channel and football. I did it with basketball, I've done it with wrestling, just making longer videos so I have time to talk, so I don't run out of time. But I only played 3/4. I decided to stop at the end of the third quarter just so the video wouldn't be too long. The video is pretty much 20 minutes as it is right now, so yeah, I'm trying to do some different things, like trying to get what's called networking, like trying to do dual commentaries and trying to make a crew or a group. I'm just trying to do that so that I can have my channel grow, and so I'll let you guys know how that goes. Obviously, it should be pretty easy to see if I do make a group. I'll definitely let you guys know if I manage to do that. I'm also a member of the Yaush Sports, or the Yaush forums, and I'm trying to become a member there so then they can promote my videos and I can be on their channel to serve myself some more publicity. So, third quarter is almost over. I won this game. Like, you guys won't see it because I didn't play the fourth. I didn't show the fourth quarter. I did win, but I do want to be the Redskins, Vikings, or Seahawks. Let me know what you guys want to see. Leaning towards the Redskins or Vikings, but I'm not sure because the Redskins have RG3 and the Vikings have Adrian Peterson, and I like both teams. I don't like the Seahawks, but I don't dislike them. But here you see Torrey Smith getting absolutely wide open for a huge game that happened a lot in the divisional round game in real life. Torrey Smith has kept burning Champ Bailey in coverage and getting past him and getting big plays. Here you see the fourth quarter is over, or no, not the fourth quarter, the third quarter is over. We're winning by 4 points, but thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment for what teams you want to see from my series. Follow me on Twitter at GronkOS. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.